Hey, and welcome to this new video, and in this video we're going to talk about increasing the click-through rate or the CTR of your landing page. Basically, it's all about increasing the number of people who go to your landing page and then click through to go to the offer. And many people say that using landing page is not good because you're going to end up adding one more step to the process, and then eventually you're going to lose some of your traffic on the landing page, meaning that some people will come from the traffic source to the landing page but will not go to the offer, will just leave, and well, basically you're going to be wasting that traffic. But it doesn't work like this, because what happens is that a good and efficient landing page, it tends to increase the conversion rate a lot. Of course, that some people won't click through, but still the ones who do it will be way more likely to complete the offer than if you had sent them straight to the offer without the landing page. So if you use the landing page properly, if you make a landing page, if you make your landing page efficient, well then I'm sure that you can get much better results with your campaigns. And in this video, we're going to talk exactly about that, about some elements that can help you make your landing page more efficient. So let's go to the first one. The very first thing you have to do when someone accesses your landing page is to show them a clear benefit. No one is going to go through your content and try to learn more about what you're showing them unless they know exactly what kind of benefit they can expect from the product you're promoting or the information you're providing. So you have to have a headline or another resource that's going to allow you to show people a clear benefit right after they access your page. Like you have 1, maybe 2 seconds to do that, and if you don't do that, you're not going to grab their attention and they're going to leave. So if you're losing many visitors, if you're losing a lot of traffic on the landing page, meaning that people are coming to the landing page but are not clicking through to the offer, maybe you're not giving them a clear benefit immediately. Maybe they are reading your headline and they are still not understanding, it's still not so clear for them what is in it for them, what is the main reason why they should stay on that page and keep reading the content or watching the videos or whatever it is. So if you're not doing this right, you're going to end up losing many visitors. Fix this small problem, give people a very strong reason to stay on the page, and they will stay on the page and will go through the content and eventually will click through to go to the offer. This is actually something that we have already talked about in the previous video because it's also useful for increasing the click-through rate of the ads. But of course, it's also something that can make a landing page way more efficient because as we've been discussing in some of the videos, it's very important for you to get a conversion. Not only that you give people some logical arguments and that you can actually convince them or get them to understand something. It's also important that you make them associate your product or the offer you're promoting with a certain feeling or a sensation, because this process of making a decision of buying something, for example, it's not just a conscious process. Actually, 9% of the things that have influence over this decision, they are unconscious factors. So for this reason, if you get to make people feel something and associate that feeling with your offer, you're going to have much better chance of getting, the click-through on the landing page and eventually even the conversion on the offers page. And for you to do this with a landing page, you have to kind of build an environment. You have to give a strong first impression, and you have to make people associate your landing page, your content, and your offer with a feeling. You can do that by using images, videos, and also other graphical elements that are part of the design of the landing page and that can contribute for creating that environment that will make it easy for people to associate what you are promoting with a certain feeling. So you can make people feel happy, excited, you can make people feel uncomfortable sometimes. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish with your promotion, but your page should help people associate the offer that you are promoting with a certain feeling. If you can do that, then you're going to have way better chance of getting people to actually go through to the offer and then eventually complete the offer than if you just try to give them logical arguments, but they don't really feel anything about what you are promoting. It's also important that you make it easy for your visitors to go through your information. So all the information on your website, on your landing page, it has to be easy to read. Use very common and simple fonts, nothing too fancy that makes it hard to read the text. Also, instead of using blocks of text, which is something that almost no internet user is going to have enough patience to go through, and people are too lazy and will end up just discarding that information. Instead, use bullet points, bold certain parts that are important so that those parts grab more attention, and then you make sure that people will actually see those things. And just make sure that the color scheme and everything makes it very easy to read information, because people are lazy, and if they have just a small excuse for not reading the information, they're going to do that. So, for example, putting black text on let's say red backgrounds, that's something that would make it very hard for people to read. So make sure that it's very easy for people to go through all the information, and then you're going to have better chance of actually telling them something and making sure that they do get the information and understand what you're trying to tell them. You have to turn your landing page into a trap. And when people fall in that trap, you have to have control over them. So using the psychological triggers is very, very important. And fortunately, AFKit has many tools that can really help you do that. For example, AFKit has a countdown timer, or has that other tool that helps you lower the spots left. Those things can help you a lot, generating scarcity, generating some sense of urgency, and kind of forcing people to act. So make sure that you use as many psychological triggers as possible. Use strong call to actions. Try to get clicks on your buttons and make sure that most people actually click through and go to the offer. So using a glossy effect tool, for example, to improve your buttons can be a very nice strategy to increase by 15, 20, 25% the click-through rate of your landing page. So make sure that you use those psychological triggers that we have been discussing along this training series to really increase the clicks that you get on your landing page. Personalized pages can produce much better results. So there are two different things you can do. The first one is to use tools like the ones available inside AFKit to make your page more personalized. For example, you can display the location of your visitor so that people will see their city there, and that will see that what you're talking about is somehow related to where they live. So that's one example. Other things you can do is also to make a lot of research about your audience, understand exactly what problems they struggle with, what situations they have experienced, and talk about that on your landing page, because it's very important that people relate to the content on the landing page. They shouldn't just find it nice or cool, but they have actually to relate to that and understand exactly what you're trying to tell them and exactly how you're going to be able to help them if they buy your product or complete your offer. Okay, so that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.